Maybe you have experienced this, that your twin flame is pulling back. Yeah, he's like pulling back first a little bit, and you wonder what's happening, but you're still like then making excuses and yeah, but he's pulling back more and more. And what is he then doing next? Maybe he's like not showing up, not communicating for several days, for several weeks, then for several months. He's maybe telling you that he doesn't want to have you in his life anymore. Um, he's maybe blocking you on social media. Um, he's maybe if he is single, he's maybe like committing to another partnership. So, and if you still don't get the message, then he will continue to do so until you get it, that there is something that needs to be resolved on your side. Hello everyone, this is Judith, and very warm welcome to the channel. It's all about your twin flame union, all about the twin flame journey, things that you need to know, how to navigate the journey, and what it is all about, right? Because you might be in the middle of this, and it can be quite confusing and can be quite scary because it has nothing to do with a regular relationship as we used to know them. First of all, it's a shift in paradigm. We are like helping to shift the paradigm here on earth and going to a higher vibration. And this, what does that mean? This means that we are shifting from controlling things to aligning. So basically, for now, we still can do quite a bit and can accomplish quite a bit by controlling things. And that goes also for your twin, and this goes also for you, by the way. And we also try to exercise control until we realize or we learn from a teacher like me that there is something like alignment, and that this alignment is so much more powerful than any control. It's beyond powerful. So, and that's basically something that that's coming now, and we are like the way showers in this. So it's for this journey is for us to prepare ourselves and others. And I'm talking also about by example, right? Not everyone is maybe a teacher, but already, like, how are you going about your life? What are the choices that you make in life? What is your perspective on life? That's already teaching by example, right? So yeah, and this rejection of your twin flame will become bigger and bigger and bigger until you get it. And every other issue in your life, whether it will be other relationships with family members, or your relationship with money, or your relationship with the place where you live, or whatever it is, work relationship, maybe even what you choose to do for work, all of it is getting it's either works, right, because it is aligned with who you truly are, or the problems in that area will get bigger and bigger and bigger until you get it and you have a look. Yeah. And that's how the inner work begins, because that's basically because there are uncomfortable things. And then when we move forward along the journey, we are already trained in catching the early stages of something that is off. Yeah, it does not need to get very, very big for us to catch it, but we become more sensitive And we are all also skilled in reading what we are feeling. Ah, this means this means something good, this means something's off, this means I have to do the inner work. And then we also have um, tools to do this. And that's basically something, if you want to be in union with your twin flame, then both twins have to be equipped in some way. Doesn't have to be the same way. Yeah, there are also, for example, twin flames that are like doing a lot of inner work by praying. Yeah, so it's I don't know to what extent my tools are needed for everyone. Yeah, I know that I have a lot of tools, and it's very broad, and it's a fit for a lot of people. But of course, there is always more to learn. There's always more to explore, and there is never only one way. Yeah, and that's something that the way you should look at your twin flame, because he maybe has other solutions and finds other ways to do his work. Yeah, to resolve his issues, and to come to his conclusions and to his own connection with the divine and with his higher self. Yeah, and in my perspective, we share one higher self with our twin flame. This is um, why we have such a huge influence on the other guy, right? So to a certain extent, we explore, we experience the same things, vibration-wise, yeah, and we even exchange. So but that's another video. And what is presented to you basically in life, in different areas of your life, and also with your twin flame, has very much to do or corresponds to your superpower. I will link the video here, so in case you haven't watched it, you have a superpower, and this superpower is basically also like a tool. If you know what your superpower is, you can basically like move forward with more confidence, because for example, in my case, my superpower is faith. And so the more I move into faith, the more things are resolved along my path. Not only by faith alone, but there are always issues presented to me that have to do very much with me needing to have faith. So yeah, and as I know it, I can relax into this more fully, and I'm not so scared, because uh, I've grown up and I've been told, well, this is only a feeling. Yeah, that's nothing. It's only a feeling. And so basically, now I learn a feeling is it. The feeling is it. That's a feeling is, first of all, is a manifestation. A feeling is communication, and it's creation. It's what you project, right? So it's a feeling. The feelings are everything, and very often uh, we're either numb or cut off to a certain extent from our feelings, or we just don't pay attention too much. Yeah. So we very much focus on what we see. Yeah. When it comes to our twin flame, we like draw conclusions from what we see, what he's doing, what his life looks like, what the communication and interaction between the two of us looks like. Sorry. And that's something where um, we react with our feelings to that, and then basically those feelings are what we project in the future, right? Whereas when we react to our truth, that we are already one at the core, and basically the best thing, that we are connected to the divine, and that we are like held by the divine, that we are nurtured by the divine, that we are loved by the divine. And when all of those things sink in little by little, and they become a visceral feeling, and they are like filling all of our cells, and it really becomes a knowing that this is the truth. That's the key to everything, basically, right? And that's what's our journey like to, and that's where you find the good feelings, right? Of course you can find good feelings everywhere. I always recommend, look out for the good feelings, look out what's just observing what is your guidance system basically communicating to you. Yeah, how does it feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel overwhelming? Does it feel painful? Does it feel joyful? Does it feel free? Does it feel loving? Yeah, alive. So that's basically something that we need to train and that we need to know about. And then where do we find this level of joy, this level of love that enables us to experience the twin flame relationship? Well, we find it in our relationship with the divine. That's where we find this degree of joy, this high vibration, this love, this peace. That's where we find it. And once we found that, we find it everywhere, basically. So it's not wrong to look on the outside and to make it a habit to look out for joy, but where you the place where you find it, where you always can get back, is like in your relationship with all and everything. Yeah. So that's something valuable. Also, what I found, that you can always approach things from different angles, different areas, and you can like do that on the outside by what you observe, and just making that choice that you focus mostly on what gives you joy, and also to then to focus on the inside, on this relationship with all and everything, and just see what is this for you. And a lot of the trust for me, all the trust really, came with doing the inner work. So I can really highly recommend, if you are stuck in any way, or you maybe feel you're like on the painful end of the journey, and you cannot maybe read the signs, you're like unsure about your twin flame and the whole dynamic between you, the two of you, reach out. You find my office in the description box, and we can start like to do the inner work and to really pinpoint what needs to be addressed right now. This is a very quick and yeah, it's very precise. Yeah, it's not a big deal, and it's not that we are like talking a lot. I have different tools, really a variety, and I can choose precisely what's tailored to your situation, and move forward and really work through different things in an hour. And some of those things you might even be able to apply on your own, and in this way move forward on your journey, right? Because it's you doing the work. I, of course, cannot do it for you, but I can help you to get going, and I can show you a lot, and I can also resolve a lot with you during those sessions. So yeah, and for the other part, I'm here on YouTube just to raise the frequency and to teach you how to look on the bright side of life, right? And how to build this beautiful relationship with the divine, and what this is all about. So stay tuned. I wish you a beautiful day as always, and I see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.